Order! Order!
The Prime Minister has forfeited much of her capital and is virtually a lame duck. She already has said she'll step down before the next election. So who will be Britain's next Prime Minister? Britain's Conservative Party is being torn apart. One half by pro-European members or soft Brexiteers, the other the European Research Group, the hardline Leave wing of the party.
The Conservative Party is likely to be full of talent, and there are many, many people. You've got Boris Johnson and David Davis, and you've got Dominic Raab and Esther McVeigh, you've got Penny Mordaunt, who would be very capable of leading a proper Brexit.
Apart from the war being waged over Brexit, the next big battle is who will overtake Theresa May's premiership. With bookies' odds at 5-1, former Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson is one of the Tories' frontrunners to become the next Prime Minister.
I think it's a very tough job being Prime Minister. Very tough job. I mean, obviously, if the ball came loose from the back of a scrum, which it won't, or of course it'd be a great thing to have a crack at, but it's not going to happen.
But is he up to the job? While Boris is popular amongst his Brexit colleagues and grassroots members of his party, he is still a divisive figure. Several MPs have already said they will not be part of the Conservative Party with Johnson as its leader. The charismatic former London mayor and former Foreign Secretary has also been attacked by some who say he isn't up to the job of being Prime Minister.
It's going well, it's very, very well organised. Get me a ladder.
Bojo was favourite for the top job in 2016, but at the 11th hour, his biggest supporter, Michael Gove, suddenly announced that he wanted to be PM himself.
Boris is an amazing and an impressive person, but I've realised in the last few days that Boris isn't capable of building that team and providing that unity, and so I came reluctantly but firmly to the conclusion that I had to stand for the leadership of the Conservative Party.
That left Boris with no choice, in his eyes, but to drop out of the race.
And in view of the circumstances in Parliament, I have concluded that person cannot be me.
Gove lost the support among his own party members, and it seemed for a while that his chances for PM had vanished. However, he has since made an astonishing turnaround after rebranding himself as Environment Secretary and is now at bookies' odds 7-1 for making the next PM.
17.4 million people, a clear majority, voted to leave. That is a mandate that we must respect and an instruction that we must deliver.
Since throwing his full support behind Theresa May's Brexit plan, Gove has managed to secure himself many friends among MPs.
The Prime Minister, of course, has my full support. I hope that people will get behind her as she endeavours to get the very, very best deal for Britain. Friends of mine like Amber and Greg and David will be supporting the Prime Minister as energetically in the future as they have so brilliantly in the past.
Gove certainly has the experience to become the next PM, but with fellow Brexiteers unhappy with him backing May's deal, and on the other side, Remainers unhappy he's pushing for Brexit, his chances of getting through to the final ballot could be tainted. Other contenders within the Tory party include Home Secretary Sajid Javid at 10-1. The self-made millionaire became the first person from an ethnic minority background to be made Home Secretary. He voted Remain in the Brexit referendum and endeavoured to solve the housing crisis. But could Sajid gain the support he needs in his bid to become the first non-white PM? Also in the running are former Brexit Secretary Dominic Raab at 12-1 and Hastings MP Amber Rudd at 25-1. However, there is no guarantee that the next Prime Minister will be a Conservative one. Latest polling shows a dead heat between the Tories and Labour parties if a general election were to be held.
I therefore, Mr. Speaker, inform you I have now tabled a motion of no confidence in this government.
Leader of the opposition, Jeremy Corbyn, has been given strong odds by William Hill as the nation's most likely next Prime Minister at 5-1. The Labour leader has had to fight constant resistance from his own MPs, including a leadership contest after just a year. And more recently, members of his own party have left in anger at a failure to combat anti-Semitism and Corbyn's reluctance to fully back a second Brexit referendum.
And in all conscience, we can no longer knock on doors and support a government led by Jeremy Corbyn or the team around him.
But the party swung behind him after the 2017 general election, when Labour picked up 30 seats, meaning May lost her majority.
What the final results will be.
Looking to capitalise from the chaos, Corbyn agreed to consider a second referendum in February 2019 and made calls for a general election. But will Corbyn remain in pole position? As Brexit reaches its endgame, and with the potential for a general election just around the corner, just who will become Britain's next Prime Minister remains at odds.